Welcome back. You're watching Democracy in Action, the show for action takers. In our next segment, Reflections on Democracy, we meet with Brett Edwards, a resident of Mitchell's Plain and a member of the Pennsylvanian Cape Town Minstrel Troupe, who teaches music to youth in various Cape Flats communities, training them to work together as a marching band. Take a look.
My first lesson for all my classes, I will say all my classes because in every area I've got a class, but today, having all classes meeting today together, my first lesson was, what did you learn today? That was before I taught them anything. They said they learned nothing. So I said, obviously you learned something. When you woke up this morning, you learned, okay, it's a rainy day. And that's something you learned. Or when someone told me, someone just moved in today, then that's another thing you learned. So you're learning every day. That was my very first lesson to them. So it's more life lessons and music as well. I'm Brett. I'm from Mitchell's Plain. My full name is Brett Edwards, actually. And we are here today at the Troupe where our youth development program runs. But actually runs in various areas. During the course of the week, I will go to different areas, and then I will teach the children to play music or to read music or everything revolving around music. But on a Saturday, all of our areas come together, and then we have extramural activities. Then it's not only music, then we do some marching, as you saw, and we also do some singing, and I do some rhythm clapping, and it's basically like a social venture, so that we can keep them off the streets. What we do as the Troupe, so we are busy through the year. We are busy through the year teaching the children, developing. So we are developing and developing until the build-up. When the city of Cape Town looks at the clubs as a whole, they will think it's gang affiliated. And maybe we shouldn't blame them, but I think that they should come to the ground and see what we do throughout the year and what it actually costs us. Must we sing it until bar 3? Yes. What happens in bar 3 and bar 2? Who can see the repeat sign there? I was first introduced to music by my daddy when I was much younger. Actually, he was in the South African Army band in Cape Town, and I used to take a little stick and strap an old mouthpiece to it, sellotape an old mouthpiece to it, and I will play on it and sing through it, pretending that I also have a baritone saxophone like my daddy. So he was my number one inspiration for all of this. And in fact, he was the one that introduced me to music, and he's the one that taught me to play my first instrument. And he also taught me not only to focus on one genre of music, he taught me to focus on a full genre of music, and that is why today I am what I am. A versatile musician and a very good teacher. G, I, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then G. What makes a good teacher? I would say good practice, and practice patience, And sometimes you have to make the student believe he can do something that he cannot do. And that makes me different from the rest, because where maybe in another group they would say, moet jy daai kinders gebruik nie, hulle kan nie speel nie. Then I will say, bring die kinders vir my, ek sal maak dat hulle kan speel. And that is the difference between me and other bandmasters. Ascending means going higher. Listen to it again. Ascending or descending? And thus? I teach old and young, and sometimes I teach very old and very young. And since the age of 15, I've been teaching informally, actually, just showing them what I know. I always want to show someone what I know. Like if I learned something today, I want to share it. I want to preach. This is what I learned today. What do you think of this or this sound? Or what do you think of that? And seeing people grow in music, to me, means a lot. Like I know some people, if they leave this room, then there will be the plumbers at home, or there would be the students at school, or there would be the housewives, or whatever they are at home. But to me, I'm a musician 24 hours of the day. Every day I teach, I sleep, I breathe, everything music. Seeing them grow in music means a lot to me. Especially now that we are in this era where playing musical instruments is not very sustainable for a very big community anymore. Other positive impacts that music can bring is that it can be self-sustainable, because we, as a minstrel fraternity and as a choral fraternity for the Christmas bands, we sometimes get remuneration for what we do. You understand? And also to become a teacher informally. There are a lot of bands out there that needs teachers or guidance or some section leaders, and this can become self-sustainable and it can keep you out of trouble. So it's definitely a good impact that music has on you. Attention, up, down, left leg, left leg, left leg. What again? Squat! 1. Attention, up, down. Right, so when you go attention, your hands go to the side. Our schools on the Cape Flats are always coming out of a class. The teacher focuses more on the children that can do the work instead of focusing on the children that cannot. Because sometimes when I as a teacher see a child is fidgety and he does not understand, I will stop the class and wait until he is on the level of the class. And then I will go on and proceed. So if we are well educated about these things, if the teacher speaks to us about all of these things, then maybe it will make a change, maybe it will make an impact. Not sitting in a class, writing everything down on the board, writing your exams going on.
Okay, my name is Rochelle Isaac. I'm from Troupe in Pennsylvanian. So this is a soprano saxophone, and I'm actually learning to blow it. So far I've learned, here 6 buttons. We have an alphabet, no alphabet. This is A to G, this is...
So what I do is, I go into the houses of every of my learners, get to know them better, see what challenges they are facing. Then I will know how to treat them. And seeing that they are not paying anything, sometimes I will take it for granted. You know, like you said, like on a formal system, you can pay, you do your thing, you go home. Here, it's more like a family. I'm still facing a lot of challenges, but if I see those kids, everything is forgotten.
That was Brett Edwards, troupe conductor of the ShopRite Pennsylvanians. When we come back, we'll hear from the Minister of Transport on road safety, the effect of unsafe roads on school children, and we'll hear some music from hip-hop legends Trimanskap.